my desert. So I'm going to pick a spot somewhere on my horizon line, and I'm going to put a dot there. This dot is called our vanishing point. My road is going to vanish into this dot. Now to draw the road, I'm going to take my ruler, and starting small, because this is very, very far away, I'm going to draw 2 lines leading back to that vanishing point. Now those lines stop when they hit this line right here, because this is in reality a hill. So it's like the road is hiding behind this hill. So when the road comes back up the hill towards us, we're going to take our ruler, again connecting it to the vanishing point, and we're going to draw another line. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, notice we're looking at our road. It's very far away here. It's coming towards us, but we can't see it because the hill is in the way. By the time the road comes up closer to us, it is now wider and bigger because it is closer to us. These lines should not line up. They should be offset to create that illusion that the road is hiding behind the hill. And you're going to go one step further. Again, connecting to the vanishing point with your ruler. We have another hill. So I'm going to draw a line right there. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we have a line and a road going down the center of our landscape. Now, you can make this a dirt road. You could actually make it a stream if you wanted to, but that's up to you. Or you can make it a paved road. If you're making it a paved road, you may want to add lines in the center of your road. Now, since we are really far away, we would take our ruler and connect that and draw a line dividing our road in half. Just one singular line. Then by the time we got up this hill, we would connect our ruler to there and split that singular line into 2. Now you can see it's starting to take shape. It's starting to look more like a road. And by the time we come up to this part of the road, we're going to connect our ruler to that dot again, and the lines dividing traffic in the middle of our road will be a little bit bigger. Okay, that's the easiest way to make a dividing line in the center of your road. As long as these lines go back to this vanishing point, it will work. So right now what we have mountains in our background, we have a cliffside in our foreground, and we have a road in our middle ground. From this point on, you're going to take it upon yourself to be creative and to fill in objects in the rest of the landscape. You can fill your landscape with anything that you want. If you're interested in drawing maybe comic book characters, you could add some of them. If you want to draw robots, dinosaurs, aliens, whatever you could think of and draw, you can include in your landscape. You just need to keep in mind a couple things. If you draw anything back here, it's going to be very, very small because it's far away. If I was to draw a cactus in the background, it would basically just be a pencil mark. Just tiny little pencil marks because it is so far away. But if I was to take that same cactus and bring it up here, it's going to be bigger. It's going to be bigger because this area is closer to us. So that tiny cactus back here is just a little bit bigger here. And if we were to put one here, it would be even larger. Now, some other illusions that you can do to help kind of enhance this landscape. We could put a hole in the side of this cliff. It's very simple. Just take your pencil. You're going to draw 2 parallel lines, and then a couple jagged lines like we're drawing another cliffside. Okay, then again, just like we did here, if you put a dot on the points, you go from those dots down. Okay, and what we've done now is we've created an illusion that there's actually a hole in this cliffside that you can fall down into if you stepped in the wrong location. Okay, now, all the way up in the background. This is going to come in handy for next week. You need to draw a light source. So it could be a sun or it could be a moon. If you're picking a light source, it's easier to shade if you put that light source on the right side of your paper or the left. If you put the light source in the middle, or like a sunrise or sunset, it's not impossible. You just have to keep in mind that you will have shadows on both sides of your mountains. So I'm going to put my sun somewhere over here. Okay, now, also in my sky, I'm going to draw some birds. And to draw a bird, it's very easy, especially since they're going to be so far away. But basically, you just want to make a shape like that, kind of like an extended V. That's how you draw a bird. And since it's very far into our background, they're going to be extremely tiny. And you could also draw in your background clouds. Now, clouds can be difficult. The easiest way I've found to draw a cloud is to make the bottom flat and then build up from the bottom. And you can even hide your clouds behind each other. And where you put your clouds is completely up to you. You could add as little detail or as much detail as you want. And next week, when we talk about adding color to these landscapes, we can talk about some colors you can use to enhance the clouds. Okay, so right now I have the basic setup for the landscape project. It's up to you from this point on to take it a little further and to add different objects and items to your landscape. Maybe instead of cactus, you have trees. Maybe you would have houses. Okay? It's all up to your ability to draw and what you are interested in. So you want to take this landscape that we've done together, add some more details to it, and then get ready for next week's lesson when we talk about color. And when I say details, these details could be anywhere. They could be cracks in the road. They could be maybe grass on top of your cliffside, hanging over. It helps if you go on Google Images and look at landscape drawings and try to pick out some objects or details that you like and add them to yours. That's the fun part about art. You get to experiment. You get to add different elements that you may have seen in another work of art and make it your own. You could add more lines on your mountains to define them. and separate them further. You could add cracks on the cliffside to make it look more jagged. Okay, the possibilities are endless. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Take your time, try to get the basic landscape done, and then add some more details to it. Next week, we'll talk about adding shade and shadows based on our light source, and we'll talk about what colors to use and color themes like that. Enjoy, be creative, and have fun.